This is such a special day and something that is really near and dear to pretty much everybody who lives in Florida's heart. Because of all the hurricanes we had, Helene, Milton, I know what it's like to live without power. And I'm going to say, no bueno. It's not fun. I'm not a fan. But the EcoFlow is really to the rescue. And most of the EcoFlows will power 90% of your home appliances. But what we're doing today is we are doing the upgraded, most powerful Delta 3 that will power 99% of your household appliances, including your CPAP machine, your nebulizer, your microwave, your refrigerator, your fan, but also your washing machine. And I mention that because having no power is you don't think about it, I can't wash my clothes. Well, you can do all those things and at a spectacular price that is blowing me away today, because what you're getting is the EcoFlow. You are getting the hand cart, and then you're getting all of that for $529.99. If you would like to get it's only a choice between two. It is also with the solar power, the solar panel, excuse me, the solar panel. Now, the solar panel by itself on hsn.com is $349. But as you can see on your screen, it is only $100 more to get it included when you buy it with the bundle. I have an EcoFlow. I bought it with the solar panel because you need to recharge this if there's a power outage. Like maybe you take it camping. A lot of people love to go kind of off the grid with it. You can recharge your power with the power of the sun with the solar panel. So it's really incredible. Now, I will also say that we have a couple things you can add to your order. And the reason I'm saying this at the beginning of the presentation is that we don't have a lot of those and they've been flying out the door since midnight. And I want the people watching my show to be able to get them. So the extra battery, I gave you 200 of these. That's all I have. The item number is 893627. And it is, if you can double your power without doubling the price. So let me repeat that. You will double the amount of power you get from your today's special without doubling the price. It's $469.99 for the extra battery that will connect to your EcoFlow that you're buying today with your today's special. So I only have 200 of those left. And the other thing that I have available is the protective bag. It's $49.99. It's a custom bag. I'll show it to you on air. But I just wanted to mention this again because it's also very limited. We're doing this presentation at 4 p.m. All these things were supposed to last until midnight. They will not, especially the extra battery, since we only have 200 of those. The item number for the bag is 893628. The flex pay is $16.66. But we're going to go to our special guest, Justin Hyatt, who is outdoors. He's in the great outdoors right now. Hey, Justin.
I'm just the, quintessential great outdoors man.
You are. Happy Hanukkah, my friend.
Happy Hanukkah. This is where we like to start. At the very beginning of where we think, when it comes to backup power, it's generators, it's gas generators, it's propane generators. Just recently we had these two massive hurricanes that did just catastrophic damage across not just Florida, but all the way up the East Coast, all the way up to North Carolina and Tennessee and all of these different states that, and many times we don't think these hurricanes are going to affect us. We see what happens all the way into the Gulf, whether it goes through Mississippi and all the way up north and of course, even in Texas. But this is where it all begins. And this has really become one of those things where we think, well, this is the only option that we have. We need gas, we need propane. This right here is not just a generator that I have for a prop. This is actually the generator that I had in my storage. And I had it sitting there because why? Because we typically get these generators and we wait for that 1% of a time where it's an emergency, where we need it. But we think, that's okay, I need that. I'll let it sit for a little bit. Well, I let this sit, but I let it sit for too long because that battery right here is dead. So during that hurricane, when I wanted to go ahead and use this to recharge my power stations, I couldn't. I also needed this, fuel. Why would I worry about all of this when this needs to be outside when I can have something like this? Now walk with me, because I'm going to walk right over here to the car. This is something that only weighs 28 pounds. This is something that I can physically put into my car. That weighing 70 pounds, I had to have somebody come and help me actually get it into the car. I had to have somebody help me get it out of the car. At 28 pounds, I don't have to travel with a generator in the back of my car. I don't have to worry about traveling with open fuel like having the gas. I don't have to worry about the maintenance. And you know what? I don't have to worry about running my power station outside. Easy to travel with, now even more than ever, because at 28 pounds plus having that trolley. By the way, this trolley, like Helen was saying, comes with the bundle, but also with the standalone too. It actually can have up to 165 pounds of load capacity on here. Really, really love this. Now walk with me. I'm gonna go over to the fun stuff because we talk about that 1% of time where it is emergencies, right? But what about the 99% of times? You know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not taking my generator to go tailgating. I'm not gonna have my generator sit out at the baby shower outside so we can have the TV running. That's for an emergency. This is for emergencies and for the fun stuff. All right, so I've wheeled it over here to the picnic area. I'm gonna set it right down in front of the television because I wanna show you exactly how I used it, honestly, just 7 days ago. Went to the football game, the Dolphin game, and we tailgated, my dad and I. We brought the EcoFlow. Can't tell you how many people stop and say, wait a second, how are you doing this? We were barbecuing without charcoal, barbecuing without having to worry about fuel, grilling just peppers, onions, sausage. It was awesome. One touch of a button, we turned the unit on. You know what it would be like to get this ready for a generator? And that's the other part of it, the preparation. You know, if it's just a few hours of being out of power, we're gonna say, I'm not gonna get the generator ready. If it's a few hours of power now, you're gonna grab your EcoFlow. Bring it outside. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plug in my little power strip. And my power strip is connected to my air fryer right here. And over here, oh, of course, make sure that you go ahead and turn on your AC button right here. This is a little button right here on the very top. Once you turn that AC outlet on, this is gonna actually power up these AC outlets. Now I've got my air fryer. I've had these chicken nuggies in here for a few hours. These guys are looking a little sad, but that's okay, because what I want to show you is that you can actually use an air fryer. Cook your food with this outside. Think about all the good times that you're gonna have, whether it's the baby shower that we just had, where we had the TV set up outside, or even that television while we were watching, we were tailgating, whether it's going to be the margarita machine as well, so that we can have that type of entertainment outside. That you can have a fan while you're outside, while you can be watching movies or have a projector set up outside. You now have the power to really bring the power to where you want it, when you want it. Before I walk inside, the biggest thing I want you to think about is, do you have a plan? Today's the best time to do it. You know why? Because the best time to make a plan is today, because we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. The Delta 3 is the most innovative power station that we've ever done. It is better in every single way, and I'm gonna talk way more about it when I get inside.
Yeah, and I wanna kind of chain on to what Justin was saying about having the gas can. You know, if you've got a gas generator, here's something that happened here in Florida when we had a massive hurricane. The gas stations ran out of gas. And then there was maybe one that had, like, I remember when we first got like a shipment back, the line was miles around and there was actually police officers that were stationed there, and the line went, and people were waiting to get gas. I mean, I was happy that I had the EcoFlow and that I wasn't in that line when the gas finally came in. But if the gas runs out, you have two choices: is to store a bunch of gas in your house, or to, you know, hope that there's still gas, because if there's a hurricane or whatever disaster or whatever power or something, there also affects, you know, everything. So I just wanted to mention that from my personal experience of living in Florida during two pretty bad hurricanes this year. But there's something else I wanted to mention about how easy it is to purchase this. And I know that this is an investment, $629 to get the solar panel included, or $529. Here's how we make it more affordable. It's called VIP financing. We have our own proprietary credit card. It's called the HSN card. There's no annual fee, so it's free card. You can get it by going to hsn.com, putting in HSN card in the search, or if you prefer to talk to somebody, there's an 800 number. It's 1-800-694-1418. And you can also find it on our website, the phone number. But if you have an HSN card, you can have VIP financing. So it's a year, 12 months, if you get it without the solar panel. It'll be $44.16 a month if you do even payments. You certainly can pay it off early or do more one month and the minimum the next month. It's whatever you want to do. Or a year and a half to pay it off for the $629. That includes the solar panel, and then it's actually less per month because you get a year and a half to pay it off with no interest, $34.99. I will say the most important thing to do is whichever one you do, the 12-month or the 18-month, make sure you pay it off before that time goes by, or else the credit card company will add interest to it, but it's interest-free for a year and a half, so that's awesome. And you may say, I don't even want to get a new credit card. You don't have to. How about something called FlexPay? It's the credit card you already have. We ship with the first payment, and I believe you get 5 FlexPays. So if it's $106 if you get it without the solar panel. And if you get it with the solar panel, it is $126. So just to let you know, $126, and we ship right away, whichever way you get it, whatever you do. And this, I love all the ports because it has modernized ports, and Justin will go through that. But let me just mention how popular this is. So when I come to work, I can tell you, I get an email actually before I even come in the building, and I know how much people like something. And we know how much you like it by how many are purchased. This is already incredibly popular. I believe it's gonna be an early sellout, and I don't know anywhere else in the country that gives discounts on the EcoFlow. This is the Delta. So this will power 99% of your home appliances, including things like your washing machine, which is absolutely incredible. Here's like some of the, kind of a quick little, the CPAP machine, the refrigerator, the electric heater. Not all of them will do an electric heater. A coffee maker, a hair dryer. Not all of them will do a hair dryer. And Justin, to me, when we talk about emergency preparedness, the hair dryer plug-in.
Nothing
crucial.
Worse than just wet hair.
Nothing.
All
Listen,
day.
you don't know the pain. I still had to come to work. With no power. What do you do if you don't have an EcoFlow to blow dry and curl your hair?
You cry.
You cry.
You let it out. That's what happens. I was just thinking, one of the things I didn't even mention when I was out there is talking about that gas generator is, if you live in an apartment or condo, you can't even own one of those.
That's a good point.
We talk about it saying, well, that's what you need in an emergency. But what about everybody who lives in the apartments or condos? We can't own that. One of the greatest things about an EcoFlow is that you can not only own this, but you can use it inside of your home. And inside your home can be any type of home. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about is why the Delta 3. This is the first time this has ever been on air. This is the latest and greatest power station that we have. From who? EcoFlow. We're not just a brand name, we're the #1 power brand here at HSN and the #1 power station and solar generator company in the United States. And now we're global in 111 different countries. So this is the latest and greatest. It is the most powerful that we've ever done in this capacity. This being the Delta 3, we used to say it would power 90% of your home appliances. Now it powers 99% of your home appliances. It has a 3rd generation LFP battery inside. So you have the latest battery and even the latest battery now. We used to say you have roughly 3,000 life cycles, meaning when you deplete the battery and you recharge it, that's one life cycle. You could do that once a day for 10 years. You could do that 3,000 times before it goes from 0 to 80%. Now you can do it 4,000 times. So it's going to last you even longer. It's more powerful than ever, and it's expandable more than ever as well. This port right here on the back is that port that has really become very popular. I know you were just talking about it, Helen, is that extra battery connects right here. For half the price, you can double your capacity. So when I start to plug all of these different things in, I want you to see. And also, you know what this is right here? This is the other really cool thing. For all of you who are picking up the bundle, right here is where you're going to plug in that solar panel. You can have up to 500 watts of total solar in just about 2.5 hours. You can recharge your power station via the sun for free. Okay. I love the other part about this is that we get to actually show you. If this was a gas generator, we'd just say, it can do this, it can do that, and then we would have to be doing it outside, and we'd also have to be yelling over it. This runs at 30 decibels. It couldn't be more quiet. At even its highest capacity, it is still silent. So we're not hearing anything, we're not smelling anything. It's safe to run inside, a light and our fan, the simple things that we call our creature comforts. And you can see exactly how long you can run all of those different appliances for. At 99%, this is going to show our percentage. Right here, it's going to show our wattage, how much wattage. And then right here, this little number, that's the best number. That's going to show you exactly how long you can run any of the different things that you plug in. Now, when you go to recharge it, here's one of the things that we've never been able to say except for today. 0 to 100% in 56 minutes. We used to say 0 to 80% in a little over an hour. Charges even faster, lasts even longer, and it's more powerful and ultimately clean and easy power as well. I want to walk over to the big stuff. Helen, you and I, we did the same thing because we're just normal people. We go to the grocery store and we grab food like everybody does and get ready for these hurricanes and these storms. What do we do in these situations? We get prepared. Often it's because we can see when the storm's coming. What happens when you don't know when the storm's coming? You go to the grocery store, you grab all this different food, and then you lose power. You think, we can't open up that refrigerator because if we open up the refrigerator, then it's going to warm the refrigerator up and then our food's going to go bad. And if we're out of power continuously, what are we going to do? Well, we were out of power for a week and a half. So trust me, it was at the top of mind to make sure that I did what? Protect the things that sustain me, my food and my water. So what does that mean? I need power to sustain the things that sustain me. Power is essential, as is medicine. So if you have any medicine that needs to be in the refrigerator, make sure that your refrigerator runs. We've got all this right here, our freezer food. I'll grab even my beef and broccoli that I had in the freezer over here. Grab your freezer food that we'll use for the microwave right here as well. But then it's not only nice to know that we can keep our food cool at some point in time, and this is what Helen, you were just talking about too, we want to do the high wattage stuff, like the blow dryer, so we don't show up and look disheveled and have wet hair, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, where do I have it plugged in? Right here. I'm just going to go ahead and plug in the induction burner and the little microwave as well. I'm going to set this up so we can start to get this cooking. I'm going to set all the way up to high. This is just a little Curtis Stone induction burner along with his awesome, by the way, Curtis Stone pans, which for somebody when you cook, you want literally, I think more of, but how much of a pain is it to clean? These pans are awesome. Anyways, I'll put this right here, just little chicken kebabs with some peppers and onions. Again, this is exactly what I did when I went tailgating. We'll be able to now cook our food. High wattage appliances. Now this is a 1400 watt appliance. This right here is a 1700 watt appliance. We can run up to 2700 watts of power right here, and we're doing it inside. So again, what's your plan? Here's the other thing, while that's starting to heat up, I want to show you, if we wanted to double our time for anything that we're doing right now, this is one of my favorite things about the Delta 3. This is your extra battery. We've never been able to have a stackable extra battery. It's half the size, half the price, yet it's the same capacity. So if you are picking up the Delta 3, you have